Alright, this is a quick video for Shaun. Shaun asked me about a specific size that he had available for a box to fit for a single 10. Now, I don't have a program. I know a lot of guys do. My program is a notebook. So I just drew this up based on another plan and just modified it a little bit. So, Shaun, if you've never built a box, this might be a little confusing to you. So I wanted to go over it with a video. So your top and bottom are solid pieces, and that's your start with the bottom, and the last thing you do is the top. So both of that's self-explanatory. 27 by 11.5. Now to back up a second, your inside is 25.5 by 10 on depth and 12 on height, inside dimensions. And all that stuff ends up giving you 36 hertz. What was it? 18 inches of port area, 1.25. So you got plenty of port area. You end up with 1.25 net after the sub displacement, the port displacement, and all that stuff. Yeah, plus or minus a little bit, but it's going to be real close to that. So going back to this. So your outside is 27 long, so that's within what you said, 11.5 deep, and that's within what you said with a little space, and it's going to end up 13.5 height. So once you lay your bottom down, you've got, I'd probably go with the back wall first, because that back wall is going to go edge to edge, and that back is 27 by 12. Then this outside wall is going to meet the inside of that back. The right side is going to meet the inside of that back wall, but it's going to come all the way out to the edge in the front, and that's going to be your outside edge. So that right is 1075 by 12. Then your left is going to meet the inside edge of the back wall and the inside edge of the front wall, so it's a little bit different. The left is 10 by 12, and that's your 10 inches inside measurement. Now go over to the port, and this is why I wanted to make the video, because you might not understand this port. That wall is going to stop and meet the inside of this front face. This is where your sub's going to go. So your front face is 2475 by 12, and that's going to come up right there all the way to the inner edge of what will be the port opening. So you won't see, once you put this front face on, you won't see this port wall here. It'll be on the inside edge of that front face. Okay, so that's the 8.5. That's the port short, 8.5 by 12. So that's going to come back here and stop, and then your other port length, 1575, port long, 1575 by 12. That is going to glue to the left edge of this 8.5, if you follow what I'm saying, because what you're doing is maintaining 1.5 inch width here and here, and you'll know, put a tape on it, you know you've messed up if it's not 1.5, because if you take this 1575 and run it to the outside edge of that 8.5, that's going to knock the width there to less than an inch, 0.75. So it's got to be to the so the inside of this 1575 will meet the left side wall of this 8.5 and be flush right there, if you follow what I'm saying. Okay, and then there's a brace there, because that's going to be, this and this will be supported. You could put a little round 2-inch dowel down in here between this port wall and the back wall. If you're running under 800 watts, I don't think it's, really 800 watts, I wouldn't bother. But if you're going to be running over 800 watts, I might put a dowel in there. So going back to the brace, 2 inches by 12 inches, somewhere right around between the middle of this panel. And that's just to prevent top flex, this front face flex, bottom flex, and I think that's pretty much it. And then, then you're going to put the top on. That's going to be the last thing you can do. If you decide to help yourself with screws, pre-drill the holes, number 6, sheetrock, whatever, 1.5 inches long. You can use I use a staple gun, brad nailer, sometimes to help me out, just to keep it in place, if nothing else, while I get another, keep it lined up or whatever, while I get a clamp and clamp it. Now, you can double that front face. If you double the front face, it's going to change the dimensions, and we'll need to talk about that. I mean, you could just put it on the outside. It's going to look a little weird. You could make this right wall 3/4 inch longer. Okay, so the right is what, 1075 by 12, so that would be 1150. That right wall longer by, but then you'd have to make the port wall longer as well, and that's going to make the port longer. So if you do double the face, now you could double the face on the inside, but that's going to take a little bit out of your net airspace, if you follow what I'm saying. So, just, maybe I don't describe things great, but that's, there's your, scribble, what it looks like. There's your scribble of your cut sheet. And the only catch-22 is if you decide to double the face. So that's it. And hopefully that helps somebody else. Have a good day.